Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for the arrival of the President, may I request you to please settle down and take the seats assigned for you. Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for the arrival of the President, may I request you to please settle down and take the respective seats assigned for you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Ikaw ang pangulo para sa pagbabago. Sawa na ang bayan ko sa magnanakaw.
President Rodrigo Roa Duterte is now viewing the vaccine crates containing doses of AstraZeneca together with Dr. Rabindra Abayas, Secretary Francisco T. Duque III, Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr., and Senator Christopher Lawrence Bongo. Rabindra Abayasing. Stage lang. Please be seated. Hindi halata. Hindi ko nakasabi. Hindi halata. Tahama. May we invite the President for a photo opportunity?
Ma'am, tatanggalin yung tuwid niya.
At this point, may we invite the President on stage?
Pag nasa stage seated. Please be seated. Thank you. Tapos pause. Tapos ito. Opo. Pero wait lang muna. Pag naka-appear na. Ayan na.
Sabihin mo lang sa akin.
Sir Pao, sabihin mo pag papa-appear na. Tanggalin na to.
Please be seated.
Yung ano na ma'am.
Please be seated.
Invite the pit no ma'am.
Wala na?
Please be seated. Thank you. Invite na daw. May now.
Ano?
Go ma'am.
And now, may we invite the President for the presentation of the AstraZeneca vaccine.
So ma'am, pause po tayo kasi may possible photo ko. Sabihin tayo lang po tayo ng bago yun. Ma'am, wala na to ka. Wala na to.
Thank you, Nan. Thank you, Mr. President.
all
A pleasant good evening to all. Our event today is to join the President in witnessing the arrival of COVID-19 vaccines from the COVAX facility. May we call on World Health Organization representative to the Philippines, Dr. Rabindra Abeyasinghe, for his remarks.
Your Excellency, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Senator Christopher Bongo, Senate Chair of Health and Sports, Foreign Secretary Theodore Lacsin, Secretary Francisco T. Duque, Secretary of Health and Chair of the Interagency Task Force for Emerging Infectious Diseases, Secretary Carlito Galvez, Advisor on the Peace Process, Chair of the National Task Force and Vaccine Czar, Cabinet Secretary Carlo Nograles and fellow secretaries from the Cabinet, Your Excellencies from the Diplomatic Corps, friends, colleagues, distinguished guests, I stand here today because together we are stronger, and today's arrival in the Philippines of the COVID-19 vaccines from the COVAX facility is a testament to the strength of collaboration, cooperation, and compassion. It is a testament to the power of working together towards a common goal in the spirit of partnership, equity, and solidarity. The COVAX facility would have never come to fruition without the strength and commitment of partners, governments, and private investment. As we stand today, I would like to acknowledge and appreciate the representatives from those countries and organizations whose efforts have made it possible for the consignment of safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines to arrive in the Philippines. COVAX is led by the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovation, Gavi, and the World Health Organization, along with the key delivery partner, UNICEF. The COVAX facility is one of 3 pillars of the Access to COVID Tools Accelerator, or the ACT Accelerator, an initiative begun in April 2020 by the World Health Organization with the European Commission and the government of France as a response to the COVID-19 pandemic. I would also be failing in my duties if I didn't acknowledge the tireless work continuing to be put to support the response to the pandemic here in the Philippines by my colleagues in the WHO headquarters, Western Pacific Regional Office, under the guidance of Regional Director Takeshi Kasai, the country office, our colleagues in UNICEF, and other members of the United Nations country team in the Philippines. The consignment received today will be followed by up to 4.5 million doses of AstraZeneca vaccine scheduled to arrive before the end of May in batches. In addition to other vaccines stated to be delivered to the Philippines through the COVAX. Vaccines delivered through COVAX will protect up to 20% of the population in the Philippines during this year. Standing together in solidarity has indeed made us stronger. Thank you to all who have been part of the fight against COVID-19. We honor the government of the Philippines for the strong leadership provided under His Excellency President Rodrigo Duterte throughout the response, and the dedicated team at the Department of Health under the leadership of Secretary Francisco Duque for their tireless efforts to educate, inform, and support the country over the past difficult year. We especially honor the people of the Philippines for their strength and fortitude throughout these challenging times, recalling the more than 12,300 lives lost since the beginning of the pandemic and the tremendous economic hardships that individuals, families, and communities have endured. After more than a year of economic and societal disruptions, devastating loss of life, safe and effective vaccines have joined the already proven and effective measures such as wearing of masks, frequent hand sanitization, physical distancing, and avoiding of crowded and closed places as one more step to the path to recovery in the Philippines. I take the opportunity to reiterate the fact that the arrival and rollout of COVID-19 vaccines does not mean we can abandon these proven prevention measures. Economic revival will still need to be carefully calibrated to prevent future surges of cases, to avoid unnecessary loss of lives, and to minimize the need to have lockdowns. Let's work together to protect all the people of the Philippines as we carefully revitalize the economy, because none of us is safe until all of us are safe. The COVID-19 vaccines have arrived, and for this, we can all be grateful. WHO and UNICEF are proud partners to the government of the Philippines, and we have worked to ensure timely availability of COVID-19 vaccines, supporting the DOH in strategic planning, procurement, demand generation, and establishing a robust information system for vaccines tracking and end-user monitoring. The WHO, UNICEF, and other UN organizations and our partners in the Philippines and our donors look forward to supporting the COVID-19 vaccination campaign throughout the country. Standing together in solidarity makes us stronger. So let us continue to work together in solidarity to put the COVID-19 pandemic behind us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Abia Singha. At this point, may we call on Health Secretary Dr. Francisco T. Duque III, Chairperson of the Interagency Task Force Emerging Infectious Disease, to introduce our guests of honor.
Esteemed guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to introduce to you the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Foreign Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin Jr., Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, World Health Organization officers and staff led by Country Representative Rabindra Abiyansi, and representatives of the United Nations International Children's Fund. National Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana, Health Secretary Francisco Duque, Senator Bongo, Cabinet Secretary Carlo Alexi Nograles, Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugadi, Presidential Spokesperson Herminio Harry Roque, National Task Force Chief Implementer and Vaccine Czar Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr., the National Task Force Deputy Chief Implementer Secretary Vicencio Dizon, AFP Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Cerrito Subihana, PNP Chief General Dibord Sinas, Philippine Air Force Commanding General Lieutenant General Allen Paredes, PCG Commandant Admiral George Orsabio Jr., other distinguished guests, fellow workers in government, my friends. Today, we welcome to the Philippines the first batch of more than 487 doses of AstraZeneca vaccines. I thank the COVID facility, co-led by the Coalition for Endemic Preparedness Innovations, Gavi, and other World Health Organizations, the WHO, alongside its partner, the UNICEF, for this delivery. As I have said before, these vaccines should be treated as a global public good. The need for international solidarity and cooperation cannot be made clearer than this pandemic, because everyone is safe. No one is safe globally until everybody is safe. I likewise commend our Vaccine Czar Secretary Carlito Galvez, the Interagency Task Force on the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases, and the Department of Health for making this possible. Let me thank you to our key partners in the international community, represented by their ambassadors tonight. Their cooperation in public health is very much needed. Positive engagement is very much welcome. These vaccines, manufactured by the United States, AstraZeneca, in partnership with Oxford University, will further boost our ongoing national vaccine program. It also comes a few days after the arrival of the donated vaccines from China and our highly successful vaccination rollout in various COVID-19 referral hospitals in the country. Our Food and Drug Administration granted the required emergency use authorization for AstraZeneca vaccine last month, making it eligible for distribution and use in the country. Our health authorities are also actively collaborating with the international counterparts in conducting continuous studies on vaccine safety and efficacy. As we move forward, I am directing all government agencies to actively institutionalize and sustain the whole of government approach in addressing our country's COVID-19 situation. I also assure the Filipino people that your government will continue working to ensure the immediate distribution of the available vaccines to our communities. On this note, I would like to appeal to all our kababayans, please get vaccinated against COVID-19 and be the government partner in preventing further spread of the disease. I encourage you to get vaccinated as soon as possible time. These vaccines are safe and they are the key to reopening our society. Let us continue observing and practicing health and safety protocols while waiting for more COVID-19 vaccines to reach the Philippines. We may not be out of the woods yet, but we are making progress and the end is in sight. And with your cooperation, we will overcome this pandemic and ensure the health and safety of everyone. I'd like to just add a few words from this prepared speech. I don't know how to express my gratitude to the donor countries. That you remember the poor nations is in fact already a plus for humanity. And in behalf of the Republic of the Philippines and of the people and all, I'd like to say again that we felt the gratitude in our hearts, and may God bless you for your benevolence. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our program. Thank you very much, Mr. President. We are very honored to have you lead us in witnessing the arrival of the COVID-19 vaccines from the COVAX facility. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Ikaw ang pangulo para sa pagbabago. Sawa na ang bayan ko sa magnanakaw na tao. Madilim na kahapon, ikaw ang mag-aahon. Sa piling mo, di ko mawawala ang korupsyon. Tayo na, Pilipinas, tayo na magbago. Hawak kamay tayo para sa pag-asenso. Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo Duterte.